Hello everybody and welcome back. It's Redundancy back again, also known as CR. Now in this video I'm going to be showing these draw tie pouches that I made. Now in the bushcrafting community, they're usually used or made, in this case, for storing Tinder. So you can also make this as a Tinder pouch, for example. Using some sort of plate, lid, or anything round, pretty much. You trace around the material, cut it out. Now this is actually not per se leather, but this actually just came from a couch that I scavenged. So traced it, the circle, and I cut it out. Now flipping it over, this would be the inside of the pouch, and what you're gonna do is, using a smaller diameter lid, plate, circle, try to center it as much as you can. So if you want to use a tape measure, a ruler, something like that, just so you can make sure it's in the center. Now another thing you can do is using chalk. I like using chalk for this. It's kind of measure the distance and kind of get a center point and kind of line up your plate or pan towards that. You want it about an inch or so away from the edge of the material itself, so something like this. Draw your line around it with chalk, for example. You can use pen, but chalk's just a little bit easier and it's not as permanent as compared to something like a marker or a pen. So once you get that line on the inside, let's pretend there's a line, a circle on the inside. You want to use a hole punch, an awl, you can use a nail too, and put holes along that inner circle that you just made, and spacing it out quite evenly, so maybe about an inch apart. So one hole would be right here, then the next one would be right here, along and touching that internal circle that you just drew. Basically, in a nutshell, until you make it all the way back around again. You know, you can make adjustments if need be at the end. It's not a big deal. And now the next thing you want to do is grab that cordage and make sure that cordage is long enough to surround your inner circle, and a little bit, let's say about 3 or 4 inches longer, so you can actually draw tie it together, hence a draw tie pouch. Now you can use whatever to help you get it into the openings or the holes and help you feed it through. You want to start from the outside of the material, so whatever you want on the outside, and go back in and out until you come all the way back around, and hopefully your last one will be back on the outside again. So if you have to make adjustments. Now here's a cable cord lock right here, just to keep it together. Another tip is, when you're first feeding it, on the other end of the line or the cordage, make a stopper knot just so you can pull it without pulling it all the way through initially. So here's a cable cord lock, and when you're pulling it together for the first time, you know, kind of even it out, space it out, slowly pull it together. This one's already been done, but and kind of line it up, make sure it's nice, I guess. You know, if you have to adjust something like this or something like that, you can put a little thing right here so it can slap against this. I don't have that right now. And you could put a cable cord lock like I said, or you could use the Arbor Canadian jam knot if you wanted to, but cable cord lock is just easier. Because all I have to do is press down on the spring and pull the cordage. So here's a draw tie pouch or a Tinder pouch right here. Very easy. Here's another one right here that I made. And this I just made from scraps. An old couch, the material from an old couch, a pan or a plate that I had lying around, some miscellaneous cordage, some cable cord locks that I had, and I got a container that I can use. You can kind of use something to protect that or coat the material if you want to. For this one right here, on the inside I kind of rub some paraffin wax over it on the inside, so it'll kind of be a little bit more water resistant on the inside. Easy to open up, so that's why you see a little bit more white compared to this one right here. You should see a difference in there. This one has the paraffin wax over it, that's why it looks a little bit more whiter or creamier than this, which looks a little bit more gray, which I didn't do. You can put anything into these as long as it fits inside, I guess. And now obviously you can scale this up as wide of a circle, well, as you can. Just depends how much surface area you have on the material, on the original material. And some sort of round dish, plate, lid, like this one, helps. And some chalk would help too. And an awl would help too. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit me out on a big thumbs up. Now as the world changes so much oneself to reach a new level of skill and knowledge, one must practice. A single person can't help everyone in this world, but one person can help someone in this world. And until the next time I tie this together into a creation mode video, it's peace out from you know who, the guy that's always in creation mode. At least 98.6% of the time. It's peace out from creative redundancy. And peace out.